Welcome back to another video of me fighting the Elite Four with 6 Quagsires. All of the Quagsires are level 69, so I think they're ready to take on the Kalos Elite Four. And all of the Quagsires are at maximum levels of affection, which will definitely help us in this challenge. And our first Elite Four member specializes in steel types, so I'm pretty sure we got this in the bag. Wilkstrom, I'm not worried about at all. Considering that he uses steel types, my only strategy is to just Earthquake every Pokémon until they faint. Okay, well obviously one Earthquake was not enough for this Klefki, so we're just gonna use a Waterfall and then go into another Earthquake. So I think I overestimated Quagsire's potential with Earthquake, so obviously not every Earthquake is going to knock out every Pokemon on the first time. So I think the new strategy is just to use Waterfall and then use Earthquake after that. That way I can hopefully avoid having to fight the Pokemon twice because he used a full restore. Probopass was very easy considering that he kept using a not very effective move, and I could knock it out in 2 waterfalls, so that was good. So then that's 2 Pokemon down, and Earth Day leveled up! I'm not worried about Aegislash, but I want to give another Quagsire to have the spotlight, because I don't want Earth Day to just be the center of attention, doing all the work. So we're just gonna send out... let's send out... Quagsire. And you know what, we're not going to stick to the strategy. I believe in Quagsire, so we're just going to use an Earthquake. No Waterfall beforehand, just straight up Earthquake. And that's a good sign, I think. I'm not worried about that, that's fine. 1 Earthquake should do the trick. And it did, so that's good. Quagsire survived the hit, and we knocked out Aegislash in just 1 Earthquake. Good boy. For Scissor, I think I'm gonna switch out again. And let's go with... yeah, let's go with Bubby. Poor Bubby got hurt by spikes, but I'm not worried about that, so we're just gonna use an Earthquake. That did less damage than I hoped it would do, and no matter what move Bubby uses next, it will not be enough to knock out Scissor, I'm pretty sure. So we're just gonna use this turn, sacrifice Bubby, and use a Hyper Potion to restore Quagsire. Sorry, Bubby, but I think you're gonna have to be sacrificed for this. Aw, poor Bubby. Okay, I feel a little bad about wanting to sacrifice Bubby for healing Swagsire. But now that Swagsire is healed, I can switch him in and he will take care of Scissor. The reason I want Swagsire in instead of Bubby is because Scissor does do a fair amount of damage. However, Swagsire knows Rest and Sleep Talk, which will be a great combat against having low health. So if he gets to low health, I'll just have him use Rest and then have him use Sleep Talk, and hopefully he will use either Earthquake or Waterfall. And since he's gonna heal up his Scissor, I'll just use this turn to heal up my own Quagsire. And now that he's rested and recovered health, I'll have him use Sleep Talk, and then hopefully he will use Earthquake or Waterfall. And of course, with my luck, he uses Rest. Hopefully this next turn he will use something a little more useful than Rest. Thank you, Swagsire. Bro, imagine being so in sync with your Pokemon that it manages to land a critical hit while it's asleep. Like, that's how you know your Pokemon loves you. Anyway, Swagsire should be waking up on this turn, so I'm just gonna have it use Waterfall, and even though we took a bad hit, we're good. Swagsire knocks out the last Pokemon, and then with that, we beat Wilkstrom. Now we're on to the next Elite Four member, and judging by all the fire and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that this is going to be an easy sweep. But first, I do think it would be wise to heal up all my Quagsires, so we're just going to do that first. I am very certain that we're going to have no problem defeating her Pokemon. I mean, I have 6 Quagsires, and what does she have? A Paror? That's nothing. Witness greatness now. Yeah, you get me, Earth Day. We're gonna kick her butt. Okay, that was just disrespectful. If she hadn't used that move, I'm very certain that we would have knocked out Paror in just one waterfall. Okay, we didn't need the critical hit, but thank you anyway, Earth Day. Okay, even though Earth Day got both of its attack stats down, I'm still gonna keep it in. I don't think there's any reason to switch it out as of right now. Bad decision to keep in Earth Day, so now we're just gonna switch out to another Quagsire, because this move is definitely not gonna knock it out. Yeah, we're switching. Bubby didn't do so well last time, so I think this time, let's give Bubby another chance. And you know what, maybe Waterfall would knock it out this time, but I think I want to see how much Bubby loves me. So we're going to use Return, and I'd like to see how much damage that does. Not bad, I think I should be able to knock it out in another Return. Yep, Talonflame down, and Bubby has redeemed himself. Alright, look at Earth Day go, level 71. That's pretty good. Okay, since Bubby is weakened, we're gonna switch out to a white BMW. I forgot I completely neglected the white BMW's moves. I was supposed to change them. You know what, I don't want him to be left out, so we're gonna send him in anyway, and he's just gonna use Mud Bomb. Actually, you know what, we're gonna put Torkoal to sleep first. And Mud Bomb did much more than I expected it to, considering that Quagsire doesn't specialize in special moves. But I'm not complaining. Assuming that Mud Bomb hits next time, we're knocking out Torkoal. And a white BMW did it. Knocked out Torkoal in 3 turns. And Swagsire grew to level 70, so that's good. Okay, Chandelure is next, so we're gonna swap out to Princess, give her a chance to shine. And I forgot to heal them up before I came here, so all of her moves are low, but... No, we'll just send in Swagsire now. I think 1 Waterfall should be enough to knock it out. Uh-oh. Well, I hope that he will still use the move anyway. And he does! And despite his confusion, he pulled through. That's my boy! Bubby grew to level 70, and with that, we beat Malva. 2 of the Elite Four members down, only 2 more to go, and then the champion. And before we move on, I'm just gonna heal everyone, restore their moves, restore their health. Okay, this one's obviously a Dragon-type specialist, so we're gonna switch to Swagsune Miku, we're gonna save, and we're gonna go on and battle. Had to quickly plug in my DS, but we're good to go, and the Quagsires and Clodsire are cheering us on. Alright, all of her Pokemon are going to be Dragon types, so my only strategy here is to use Ice Beam and hope it works out. Alright, it did not work out that well. Alright, if I remember correctly, this Pokemon is also a poison type, so we're just going to use Sludge Bomb, have it do not very effective damage, And then we're gonna use... Oh, nice. And then we're gonna use Ice Beam, and that should do it. And this is all just to avoid having Drowsna use a full restore on her Pokemon. Alright, we successfully defeated the first Pokemon, and Quagsire Miku grew to level 70. And a white BMW also grew to level 70. Alright, Altaria is next, but we're gonna keep in Quagsire Miku. I think she can handle it. Let's see what one Ice Beam will do. A one-hit knockout. Pleasantly surprising. Good job. And now Princess is level 70, so I think every Quagsire has grown at least one level now. Noivern is next, and I expect this to only take one Ice Beam, considering that it'll be 4 times effective. But first, we're gonna heal up Quagsire Miku so that she can take any kinds of hit that Noivern would use. Alright, considering that that only did 70 damage, I think I would have been okay if I didn't heal her up first. But it's okay. After this turn, we should be able to knock it out in just one hit. And we did, so that was nice. Last Pokemon is being sent in. We're just gonna keep in Quagsire Miku. We're gonna Ice Beam again. Let's see how much that will do. Brought it down to half health, so one more and we should be good. Oh. Aww. There's pretty much nothing I can do here with a white BMW except yawn. So yeah, we're just gonna put you to sleep so that hopefully you can't keep using Dragon Tail and making me switch out to a random Quag. Will Rock Slide be enough? Oh, that's painful. It doesn't even matter that he's asleep now because she's just gonna use a full restore on him and wake him up. So we're just gonna yawn again, I guess. And I don't know what else to do, so we're just gonna use a Brick Break because why not? Okay, thank you, Princess, but I kind of wished you didn't avoid that move. Alright, let's send in Quagsire Miku. Alright, let's have Quagsire Miku use Ice Beam. And then any type of move should be enough. Oh. Oh no. The first fainted Quagsire. Quagsune Miku! Okay, now it's time to lock in. We need to get our revenge. Our vengeance now. Bubby! Get in there. Avenge Quagsune Miku. Oh, come on. Okay, that didn't do as much as I hoped it would do. So we're gonna use this turn, and we're gonna heal up, or rather revive Quagsune Miku. Because I don't think any other Quagsire I own is qualified to take on this Pokemon. Thank you, Bubby, for avoiding that move, and we're gonna have you use Return again. Okay, well I guess we didn't need Quagsune Miku after all. Well, we did it. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to heal Quagsune Miku during battle when I wasn't even going to switch her in. But anyway, we defeated Drasna, and that's what matters. Now that we've defeated her, I'm just gonna use a few moments to heal up every Pokemon and restore their moves. Now that we're done with healing and done with her, we can move on to the last Elite Four member. A water-type specialist, but I'm not too worried considering that some of my Quagsires have Water Absorb as an ability. I should have switched out Quagsune Miku with another Quag, but we're just gonna roll with it. We'll have her use Sludge Bomb. And that was a very unlucky first turn for me. At least she still used the move, but I don't want to be confused in my first turn, especially when that move didn't do much at all. Okay, we'll try and use another Sludge Bomb, see if we can get it to have health. And then we can switch in another Quagsire. Okay. Well, we're gonna switch in another Quagsire anyway, because I don't want Quagsune Miku to faint again. Let's get Swagsire in here because I like his Rest and Sleep Talk moveset. Oh, I forgot that he has Water Absorb as his ability, so that was very convenient. A bit disappointing that it wasn't enough to knock it out, but it's fine. We'll just use another Earthquake. Thank you, Swagsire, but we could have used that critical hit a little earlier. Still, thank you anyway. Alright, Gyarados is next, so this seems like a job for Princess and her Rock Slide. judging by how much damage her Rock Slide does, I think I should be able to knock out Gyarados in 3 more Rock Slides. Okay, I think if I use another Rock Slide, it'll bring its health down too low, but not low enough to knock it out, which means that Seabold would use a full restore, which I'd rather not deal with, so we're just going to use Brick Break and then go into another Rock Slide, and hopefully that should be enough. I don't know what move this Gyarados was preparing for with all those dragon dances, but I'm just very glad that whatever move it was, he didn't use it, because I don't think my Quagsires would be able to survive it. Barbaracle is next, so we're gonna switch out. Let someone else take the stand. Let's send in Earth Day again. I think 1 Earthquake should be enough. It was not, in fact, enough. But at least now we know it only takes 2 moves to knock it out. Starmie is the last Pokemon, so we're just gonna keep in Earth Day because I don't see any reason to switch him out. Alright, 1 more Earthquake and then we're good. We'll beat Seabold after this next move. Thank you, Earth Day. Alright, we beat Seabold. You know what that means now, guys? It's time. It's time to fight the champion. The doors have opened, but before we go through them, we should definitely heal everyone up. Make sure they're ready to take her on. Okay. Everything looks good now, we're gonna save, and now we can walk through those doors. And you know what, just in case we fail, we're just gonna save again. That way we can just restart from right here. Overall, I'm not too worried about Diantha. I think her team lineup doesn't pose much of a threat from what I remember. Hawlucha's up first. Quagsune Miku has Ice Beam, so I think that should be good. Oh, that was so close to a one-hit knockout, and the fact that it's frozen solid, It won't help us here, because he's just gonna use a full restore. Either way, it's still not anything for me to worry about. We're just gonna use a move that does regular damage to it, and then use Ice Beam again, and then we'll knock it out. I do not recall her having a Gorgeist. I don't really have a choice but to keep Quagsire Miku in, because she's the only one who has moves that are super effective against Gorgeist. Let's see what Sludge Bomb would do. We'll never know because she just knocked her out. We might be cooked? There's nothing much I can really do right now. I think we're just gonna yawn. Can't use Earthquake, can't use Waterfall or Surf, certainly can't use Return, so we're just kinda stuck here. And I hope this Seed Bomb will not knock me out. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness Seed Bomb does not do enough damage to knock me out in one hit. Okay, we're gonna use this turn to heal up Quagsire Miku. Okay, White BMW, I love you. I appreciate what you wanted to do for me, but I kinda needed you to be knocked out so that I didn't have to use a turn to switch out to Quagsire Miku. Listen, again, I love you. I appreciate what you wanted to do for me, but I needed you to be knocked out. Oh, man. Quagsire Miku, why couldn't you have toughened out the hit? I can't send in White BMW again, so we're just gonna find someone else who has Yawn. Alright, Princess, looks like you're up. Now that I used Yawn, there's literally nothing for me to do right now, so we're just gonna use Rock Slide. Okay, Princess, I love you, but why is every Quag toughening out the hits except for the one that actually needs to? Okay, Gorgeist is asleep, so now I can switch out to Quagsire Miku. And I forgot to revive her. So I basically just wasted a turn. Okay, let's revive Quagsire Miku so that she'll be ready for next time. There's nothing I can really do at this point, so we're just gonna heal Quagsire Miku's health as well. And there's really no point in switching out, considering that Gorgeist is just gonna wake up this turn, so we're just gonna use Yawn. Wow. Okay, that worked out great this time, because now Princess can Yawn it to sleep, and there's no way that she's gonna take another hit, or toughen out another hit, I mean. So yeah, we're back in the line of victory. Alright, now that Princess is down, we can finally switch out to Quagsire Miku. Quagsires Miku, get in there, and let's see what an Ice Beam does. A one-hit knockout. Very, very relieving after all we've been through right now. Guja I'm certainly not worried about, especially now that Quagsire Miku's back, and she can use Ice Beam. Thank you, Quagsire Miku, and I'm gonna hope that one more Ice Beam should be enough to knock out Gudra. Thank you, Quagsire Miku. Okay, Gudra's down, so that means only 4 more to go. Auroras is next, so we're gonna switch out to... We'll switch out to... Oh wait, BMW. Let's give him a chance to shine again. That didn't do too much, so we're just gonna keep using Mud Bomb, I guess. There's nothing else we can really do, and I don't want to use this turn to switch out to another Pokemon. So yeah, we're just gonna keep using Mud Bomb, see what happens. And it missed, so we're just gonna switch out to someone else. Bubby, get in there. For a move with 70 accuracy, I'm surprised that it hit twice. Okay, that hurts. That's unfortunate. Nothing we can't push through, though. That does nothing except add like a minute or two to the fight. Alright, thank you for avoiding that move, Bubby, and we should be good. One more waterfall. Yep, knocked out. Tyrantrum we'll keep in Bubby. And we're gonna have Bubby use Earthquake. One hit knockout, very nice. Thank you, Bubby. And we're down to the last 2, I think. Oh no, we're already down to the last one. Okay, well, in that case, Quagsire Miku, get out there. Now I get to witness a mega evolution happening for the first time in oh man, in almost a decade, I think. It has been years since I've played any of the 3DS games. I have not witnessed a mega evolution happening in a very long time. Will Quagsire Miku be able to knock out this Gardevoir in just one Sludge Bomb? No, she cannot. But I can't say I'm too surprised about that, but... Wait, one more Sludge Bomb, and she will go down. To make sure that I survive this though, we're gonna use this turn to heal up Quagsire Miku, and then the following turn, we will use another Sludge Bomb. And then, with the poison taking effect, if Sludge Bomb doesn't knock her out, the poison will. That's my girl, Quagsire Miku. We got this now. We got this, yes. Yes. Guys, they did it! The Quagsires beat yet another Elite Four. And she leveled up. This is perfect. This was a wonderful end to the challenge. There was a very long moment where it seemed very unlikely that we were gonna win. However, the Quags pulled through, and we won. We beat the Elite Four! We beat the Kalos Elite Four! Alright, it's time. You guys get to watch history in the making once again, as the Quags enter the Hall of Fame. This is truly a great accomplishment for me and the Quagsires. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the Quags through their very difficult challenge. And we hope to see you again when we fight the Sinnoh Elite Four next time.